Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you some cool stuff that I've been working on regarding the game engine. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to go to, I think this is the one we want. No. Why do I have that? This one maybe? So, see if we can see. So I've been kind of working on lighting and loading 3D models and stuff. So I don't know if you can see this. Why can't? All right, so I have attached a light to the player here. So when I come closer to this thing here, it gets brighter. So yeah, it's a very simple equation actually. Maybe I should show it to you. So yeah, there is a glitch here. You can see that the PNG alpha channel is like being rendered on top of everything. It's a very easy fix, but I just haven't cared about it yet. So yeah, lighting system and loading 3D models. I'm just gonna show you the equation. It's very simple. Wait, it's not in there. What am I doing? It's actually in it's in shaders. I think this is the one. So yeah, here it is. You can read it if you want to. Basically, I'm passing the light positions to the shader from the C code, and then I'm also passing the number of lights that are in the state currently, and then I'm just basically calculating the distance between the world position of the object and the light position and the angle, and then I'm calculating the darkness for the face like this, and then the final shade is this vector here. So yeah, so yeah, that's that. Now another thing that I've been doing is I'm actually been rewriting the graphical user interface. I know that I show you I think I showed you how it worked before, but now it works pretty differently because I've rewritten like everything. I started off from scratch because I didn't like how the code ended up, and it was very messy. And also the graphical, I actually changed the whole layout and stuff for the graphical user interface, so now it's completely different. Let me show you. So this is like what you boot into when you start it up. And then what I've been focusing on is this Sprite Editor here. So this is the cursor, and if I press tab, I will go to these different grids here. So this is the grid where this is like the canvas where you draw stuff, and here's the color picker. And this grid is the color mixer, so you can like mix colors. So let's draw something here. Let's try and get a yellow color, okay? I want yellow. So there we go, we got kind of yellow. So I'm thinking we should draw a flower or something. So we're gonna draw a flower. So flowers grow on grass, right? So we need some grass, and then we need the stem of the flower, like that. And then you need something like that. And then we're gonna use the yellow color for the center of the thing up here. Oh. And then it's gonna be a red flower. Just like that. Okay, now I can actually I can save the. So wait, before I go into that, what I'm currently working on, which you cannot see right now, is that I'm going to work on being able to animate the sprites. So like you're gonna have different um, frames, and you're gonna use like so there are gonna be arrows here where you can like paginate between the frames, and then when you export it, it's gonna be an animated sprite. But right now you cannot do that, but I'm working on it. But now if I press S, it will save it. You don't really see any indication that it has been saved, but it has been saved. I'm going to show you. So if I just close this program now, and you can see that it's a sheet.png here, because it's going to be a sprite sheet later. Like for example, if you export an animated sprite, this will include it will export a sprite sheet. Okay. So let's look at what we got when we exported. So there we go. We got our. Can I zoom in? Can I zoom in? How do I zoom in? I guess it's this, right? So here we got our flower that we draw in my program. It doesn't have support for alpha channels yet, but I'm working on that as well. So right now you cannot have transparency, but I'm working on that. It's not very difficult to implement. So yeah, that's that. And close. So and what was I saying? So I'm also going to yeah, right. So like when you're using the graphical user interface, I'm thinking about like I need to store the state somewhere, you know, so that the launcher can load a state as a game. So I was thinking first about exporting everything to Hermes syntax, so like everything would be dumped into a Hermes file, and then I could load it. And yeah, Hermes is the programming language that I wrote. So I was thinking like doing that and like export it to like a Hermes object or something, which looks it looks sort of like JSON, okay? But then I thought, wait, I'm just gonna turn off my power off. So then I thought again, and I thought that why don't I just use SQLite or something and just put everything in a SQLite file? And that is a lot easier to manage. But it also adds another dependency to the project, and I don't really want that. So I haven't really thought about, or I haven't really decided what to do yet. Because if I use Hermes, then it's my own, like that is like my own program or my own library. So it feels better to do it that way. But I don't know, maybe SQLite is the way to go, even though it adds another dependency to the project. And yeah, I don't really like that, but maybe we have to do that. So yeah, we'll see about that. But actually, before I rewrote the Apollon, the graphical user interface, I actually had like the whole user interface working with Hermes and everything. So like you could create actors in Sprite, and you could like I didn't have a Sprite editor, but I had like the actor editor and the scene editor. So you could actually create actors and scenes and stuff and export it, and then you could actually launch it as a game. Like you could actually make a game using my interface. But now, since I rewrote everything, that won't work anymore. So like we're back to square one, you know. You have to redo everything. But yeah, I had everything working before. So well, that's that. So what is there else to say? Well, you can still make a game using my the core. Like you can include the core framework of the column game engine, and you can use that. I actually have an example. Oh, I haven't implemented the quit button. So I actually have an example on that. So if I go to, I'm gonna open up Chrome, And I'm using my slow computer now, so Chrome is probably gonna take a while to open. um, I was using the computer from work before, which is like a Dell XPS 13 or something. But I had to give that computer back because I quit my. I got another. Well, I quit from that place basically. So now if I go to GitHub, and if we look at the project here, you can see that we have an example here on how to create a game using just the core. So like if you just copy paste this code, well, you have to install the game engine first. So like you clone it down and you run this make sudo make install, and then after you're done that, then you can actually just you can create a game. So like you can create a folder or something on your computer, and then you just create a C file, and you paste this shit into the C file, and then you compile it using these flags, and then you got something like this. Okay, so like you can make games using my engine, but it's just that the graphical user interface isn't done yet, so you have to code blindly, so to say. You don't have any graphical stuff. But yeah. So yeah, that was the things I wanted to talk about in this video. So I'm rewriting the whole user interface, and I've been working on lighting, and I've been working on 3D model loading. So we can load a .obj files now. Now that format is a little bit limited. I'm actually thinking about maybe the game engine should not have model loading features. Maybe the game developer that is using the engine should write their own model loading code, because I don't know, we don't want to bloat the game engine, okay? But it's there now, but I might remove it actually. It's very problematic as well, because I wrote the .obj loader myself, and I don't know, it's kind of slow. So let's see if I can find that project here. So there we go. I wrote a library to load OBJ files. It does the trick. Like it loads. Like you saw that I loaded like the building when I showed you the lighting example. It loads it pretty fast, like that kind of models. But like once you get a lot of polygons, like once you get like over 10,000 polygons, like it's going to like it takes a couple minutes to load a model like that. But also the .obj format is kind of crappy, so I don't know. I feel like I don't really want to support it, but yeah. So that's that. Yeah, I mean, so there you go. There you have a little update of what I've been doing. Yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.